Team India has been facing troubles during their stay in Sydney, Australia, ahead of their fixture against Netherlands in the T20 World Cup that's ongoing. According to BCCI sources, the men in blue have been receiving stale and cold food, with sandwiches being the only item provided post their practice sessions when they obviously expect a full hot meal. Further, Team India has refused to attend a practice session after they were offered a venue in Blacktown, over 40 kilometers away from the hotel that they're currently staying at. Take a look at this. ICC sources, though, have refuted the charges, claiming players were informed well in advance about the food items on the menu. As far as practice venue is concerned, the ICC says venues are provided as per protocol.
There's a controversy brewing right here in Sydney, and that's pertaining to the food that was served to the Indian team, not today, but 2 days before their game. So what's the entire thing? Let me try and explain. Firstly, the incident took place right here at the SCG. You could see the iconic stadium right behind me. That's where the Indian team came out in full strength, had a day-long practice session, by which I mean about three and a half hours practice session, after which they went to their dressing room right in this building behind me, and the team reportedly were not happy with the food that was served to them. So what was on the menu? First, let me tell you that. So there were tomato, cucumber and avocado sandwiches. Other than that, you had falafel, the Middle Eastern dish, and you had some fresh fruits. Now, that is what was served for dinner. The Indian team, though, was expecting a nice hot meal, maybe a buffet of lunch to have been served to them. That wasn't the case. So the team was left a bit disappointed. Now, remember, you have to look at the protocols as well. Firstly, let me tell you who organizes the food here. In bilateral series, what the Indian team is used to, usually the food is organized by the host association. So, for example, if India is touring Australia, it's Cricket Australia's responsibility to organize the food. Now, this being a multinational tournament, ICC being the organizer, there are multiple organizers here. One, the host venue, which is the New South Wales Cricket Association, alongside that the ICC. So the host venue then decides what should be on the menu. There could also be a bit of a cultural difference. Now remember, if you were traveling to Europe or to Australia, it's very common to have a cold lunch or cold sandwiches. We in India are probably not used to that. We all prefer a hot meal, which wasn't served to the Indian team. So there are two sides to the story. The ICC have come with their own version, and these are the three main things that the ICC is saying at the moment. Firstly, they say that the food served at the venue was same for all the teams. So it's not that only India was given that particular food to eat. Every team that is here, for example, there's South Africa, Bangladesh, whichever team came out to practice on a certain day, they get the same food menu. The second thing that the ICC is saying that, listen, this is mentioned what is going to be on the menu on the handbook of each player, and if the BCCI or the Indian players had a problem, they could have flagged it off a day or two before, and we would have tried our best to organize the kind of food that they would prefer. And third thing that the ICC is pointing right now, they're saying that at the moment, we haven't received any formal complaint from the BCCI. Yes, BCCI, via sources, have let everyone know or express their displeasure over the food that was served, but the ICC haven't got a written complaint from the BCCI. So they said once that happens, then we'll also look deep into the matter. So this is where things stand at the moment when it comes to that entire food controversy. Also, maybe this could be a lesson for the BCCI. By and large, every day the food that they've got has been to their standards. But remember, this is 2 days before the game, and it's probably one of those rare occasions where they've been left unhappy with what was served to them. Maybe a lesson to the richest cricket board in the world, that whilst when you're traveling, there are local organizers that have to look at the food, but maybe you could, because you have a extended support staff, a manager, they could always visit venues, take a look at what has been organized, 3 hours of practice, maybe take a look at that, or maybe even a day before, and for all you know, organize your own catering. That isn't something that is impossible for something like, or someone as powerful and as rich as the BCCI to do.